I know you've already said what you've said about the fate of the character on screen moving forward.
What specifically are you talking about?
If Daredevil's is going to join the MCU, if there's
Oh,
going
I
to be
see,
no,
I see, I
just
see.
the
I don't want to shut the fuck up. I've no idea. I'm no comment. I don't know what's gonna happen.
What do you mean by that?
Yo guys, welcome back to another video. In this video, we'll be talking about Daredevil Season 4, rounding up all of the rumors and confirmation that we have for that show, as well as the Echo Disney Plus show. Before we get into it, if you guys are new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button and turn notifications on so you don't miss any time I upload a new video or go live. But without wasting more time, let's get into it. So if you guys didn't know, Echo is going to be introduced into the MCU in the Hawkeye Disney Plus TV show coming November 24th. We actually caught a small glimpse of her in the Hawkeye teaser trailer, and we saw her in a red lit room. We see just a little glimpse of her face, but that's all we have knowing about the Echo show. We had confirmation a while ago about her being introduced into the MCU. She's going to be getting her own Disney Plus show, and on top of this, we have a lot of supporting cast from her character's entire lore in the comics. People such as Kingpin, Vincent D'Onofrio from Daredevil is rumored to return in the Echo and Hawkeye show. On top of all of this, I've talked about this a lot on the channel before, but Daredevil is very, very heavily rumored to be in the new Spider-Man movie, Spider-Man No Way Home, coming out December 17th, I think. And he's also rumored to be in the She-Hulk show, which is also another big Disney Plus show coming out next year. So a lot of these Daredevil cast members are coming back sooner than later, and this actually goes into heavy detail and really correlates with what we're going to talk about today with Daredevil Season 4 and the Echo show. So all this information is coming straight from Daniel RPK's Patreon. I'm not personally subscribed to his Patreon, but people have been talking about it all over Twitter, so it's basically confirmed that he was talking about this, and this is all that he said. He said that the Echo show is going to basically be Daredevil Season 4. Almost all of the actors are returning, and all of the characters themselves are returning, and it's basically going to be somewhat of a soft reboot. And it's also being heavily rumored, not from Daniel RPK himself, but everyone else that Daniel RPK follows on Twitter. Everyone else is saying that they're basically going to make it to where the Netflix shows and the Netflix characters took place on technically a different Earth than the MCU one. So technically they have their variants on other Earths, which we learned about in Loki and stuff like that. And so, for example, Daredevil, Charlie Cox, would basically be the same exact character that he is in the Netflix show. He would have basically the same exact history, the same exact character development. He would just have one or two minor differences, which would make him technically a completely new character. Now, there's a few different sides to this. Personally, I do want a Daredevil Season 4. I want the Echo show to be great. I want to see all of these Netflix characters return, but I don't think this is the way to do it. I do not think Marvel should do this, and hopefully these rumors are false to a certain degree. The biggest rumor that I don't want to be true is that the Daredevil show is going to basically be, or Daredevil Season 4 is basically just going to be the Echo Season 1. I don't want that at all. I want Echo Season 1 to just be about Echo. I want it to surround the character. She's a Native American character, another person of color in the MCU that'll be a main character of their own property, but they're going to be outshadowed by a bunch of other actors that are returning. No one's going to focus on Echo if all of the Netflix cast is returning, because the Netflix cast is way more popular than Echo, and I don't think just the Hawkeye show alone will make Echo popular enough to outweigh Daredevil. But while I'm saying that, I do want Daredevil to be part of the Echo show, and I would love for Kingpin and Daredevil to be main focuses of the Echo show, but I don't think that the other surrounding characters are necessarily going to be that important to the story. I don't think Karen Page and Foggy Nelson need to be in the Echo show. I would love to see cameos from them, maybe showing a little backstory of Daredevil, what happened in between the time of Daredevil Season 3 and then at the Echo show, but I don't want them to be main focuses. And with everyone rumoring that, oh, everyone's coming back, I feel like they're going to mainly focus on Daredevil, and they're going to make Echo the sidekick. I want it to be an Echo show with the Daredevil sidekick, and then Daredevil is the one setting up or getting set up for a Daredevil Season 4 or whatever soft reboot they want to do. I think they can use the Echo show itself to reboot the characters if they want, but I don't want so much focus on all these characters. I do think obviously we need to focus on Wilson Fisk and Charlie Cox as they're so important to the lore of Echo, but I don't think that we really need to put so much focus on these other side characters for Daredevil. Maybe we can put focus on side characters for Echo herself, but the Daredevil side characters just really aren't as important to me, especially when we're getting a brand new hero in the MCU with Echo. It's also being heavily rumored that Kingpin's appearance is going to be the only one that changes out of all of these characters. There's obviously going to be a few actors here and there that they can't get back. It's also being rumored that John Berthal, the guy who plays Punisher, is going to be returning as Punisher in probably the Echo show, probably as a cameo or something like that. My guess is that he's probably going to be coming back in the Echo shows, just kind of like a cameo or something like that. But overall, I don't think that any of the side characters need to play that big of a part in the Echo show other than Daredevil and Wilson Fisk. Now, the only one side character I would like to see kind of further developed in Echo is Bullseye, because, you know, at the end of season 3, we did have a Bullseye tease, and I think that it's very important in order to kind of keep the Daredevil story relevant in the MCU itself. We need to bring back some of these characters. So I would love to see a small tease or even just a slight storyline of Bullseye and kind of setting up Daredevil season 4. Now, I'm not saying I don't want a Daredevil season 4. You guys know me, I love Daredevil, but I don't think the show needs to focus on Daredevil as much as it needs to focus on Echo. As I mentioned before, Kingpin's appearance is going to be changing. It's the only villain that's going to be changing, but I do think it's important to note that with all these characters coming back and most of them not changing their appearance, we need to make sure that we all realize that these probably are not going to be the same exact characters from Netflix or the Netflix universe. In my opinion, what they should do is they should basically just keep the same characters, make them the same characters, say they were in an alternate universe during all of the Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness or Spider-Man No Way Home stuff. They get transported to the MCU. Everything is basically the same for them except that there are more heroes. So obviously they will be more confused that there's more heroes, but that's it. They obviously don't have to mention all of the Netflix stuff, which I think they'll probably like do. I don't think they'll mention all the stuff, but they'll kind of hint towards the fact that, okay, Kingpin and Daredevil, they had history. Bullseye and Daredevil, they had history, but they can still start a brand new storyline. They can probably still bring Elektra back from the dead or something like that if they still want to use a character. They can use all of the ninja like storyline. They can still use all of that, but they can just reference to it before and kind of soft reboot it. They can still keep the main morals, values, character development, history of all of these characters that we know and love, but at the same time still do a slightly soft reboot so they have more stories to tell. But yeah, guys, that's it for talking about Daredevil season 4 and the Echo show on Disney Plus. Let me know how excited you guys are to see Kingpin and Echo in the Hawkeye show premiering on Disney Plus on November 12th in the comments down below. That's for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace.